Right, firstly then, how disappointing not to get a win against Dunfermline?
Yeah, I thought we played really well first half. I thought we dominated the match in the first 45 minutes. So in that part, when you're on top, that's when you need to score, don't you? But I was absolutely delighted with the clean sheet, and in the end it gets us a point. So yeah, but it was a good performance first half. Lost our way a little bit in the second half. Of course, Dunfermline coming into the game, they had a great result down at Partick, hadn't they? So no, in the end we're pleased with the point, but we want the 3 points, don't we, to get push away for the bottom of the league. But it's another point on our total.
3 draws on the trot. That also frustrating, I guess.
Can be, because we're ahead against Partick, aren't we? We're ahead, gone deep into the game. So we got ourselves back in front, down to 3-2. So you're hoping to see it out then. Didn't quite happen. But there you go. It is what it is. We've got to keep going. With 3 draws, it gets you points, doesn't it? But we really want to win. We want to win. That really push you up the league. Pushes you up the league.
How would you describe the spirit of the squad at the moment, bearing in mind the pressure supposedly is mounting?
Yeah, it's been great, to be honest. Yeah, the boys have been brilliant. Really trying really hard for us. We've lost one game in 5, I think. But of course, as you said, the draws really, especially the home form. The home form's been really concerning for me. We just don't seem to be able to get a victory at home, which has put us under pressure on the road, because our away form's been really, really good. I think I've lost 2 matches since I've been in here, and one of them, as it happens, was at Morton, where I sat in the stand. So yeah, our home form's not been great, so that puts you under a bit of pressure. But the players have been upbeat, confident. We've been playing well. We just need to try and convert some of the chances, really. Of course, on Tuesday night we had a big chance, and apparently I think that was a big moment in the match.
The injury toll is pretty horrible, and again this season. I mean, how challenging is that proving? That's
been really challenging, considering on Tuesday I never had any of my midfield players on the pitch at the end of the game. So Nathan Shaw's come off with a hamstring injury. He's out for a couple of weeks. I had Max Anderson off, as you know, for the suspension, and Charlie Gilmore is now out for the season. So it's been a tough one, but you've just got to get on with it. You've got to find a way, haven't you?
What are your thoughts going into this Morton game?
Well, they're undefeated, I think, in 15, 16 games. So, they've got a style of play that suits them. It's going to be a battle down there. They beat us the last time down there. We got a draw here. So it's going to be a tough match, but, one we're looking forward to.
It's obviously goals that will make the difference, but how do you convert these draws into wins?
Well, sticking the ball in the net, really, sticking more than one of what they're doing. We've scored goals. We scored three down at Wraith. We scored 3 here in the last home game against Partick. So we've scored goals. But what was pleasing about in the last couple of games, we've reduced the goals going in. Because of course, if you've got to score 4 goals at home to win a game of football, it's going to be tough on you, isn't it? Which was the case against Partick. We'd had to score 4 to win that match. So unfortunately we never got a goal on Tuesday, but it's just taking your chances, isn't it? Keep on creating chances, and hopefully we'll take one or 2. Thank you.
Duncan, I was just wanting to ask, Billy obviously posted on social media after the match about concern.
No big social media guy, but when you go...
No, just obviously about the, as he claimed, abuse kind of directed towards him and his son. Is the club able to make any kind of statement or any kind of comment on that? Has he been...
Not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. His son, abuse against his son.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Okay, well that's not great, is it? I don't know how old his son is, but I'm pretty sure he'll be quite young. So that's not great, and that shouldn't happen, should it? I mean, obviously players are going to get shouted at, aren't they? Because that's just the way it goes when you're winning games at football. But certainly, I think anything against a young lad, that's not right, is it? And that's not the way it should be. So but I'm not a great social media man. I'm not on it, but no, that's not right. It shouldn't happen.
From your own experience as a player, is it something players have to put up with?
Yeah, of course they do. That's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? When you're not winning, people on your back, aren't they? It's just the way it is. It's the way some fans are. Not all fans, only some fans, and they vent their frustrations because the team's not won a game. So it's totally understandable. It's part and parcel of the game. But for a young to abuse, if you're saying to me to abuse a young fan, whose dad's been as a legend at the football club, that's totally out of order.
Just focusing on the football, and obviously it was discussed the kind of 3 draws in a row. Do you feel you're close to getting that win? It's just kind of maybe unlucky on some of the occasions over the
Well, I certainly have. We've had a lot of poor decisions against us, haven't we? We've got a red card against Partick. We've got a red card against Partick, but we didn't see it was a red card. The boys got a 2-game ban. Look, things do start going against you when you're down there. You know, we got Alex Samuel had 4 stitches in his shin at Arbroath. The guy doesn't even get a yellow card. It's a straight red card. We get a Stonewall penalty at Arbroath. Stonewall penalty. Don't get it. We get one out there against Dundee United that come for 50 yards, we don't get the penalty. One at Arbroath is for 5 yards, we don't get the penalty. So, unfortunately, when you are down there, you just don't seem to get the breaks, do you? And we've not had many breaks. The injury list is horrendous. As I said to you, I've had none of my first starting midfield was on the pitch on Tuesday. None. I've got a right back, Wallace, who's no trained for 4 weeks, played the full match. I've got a right back who played in centre mid. So, you know, we want wins, but it's all hands on deck. I'm down to the bare bones. The players are working their absolute socks off. 100% they're giving me, and that's it. And we are where we are. When I came into the club, we were adrift at the bottom of the league. We had 1 point in 6. I think we had scored 3 goals in 6 games. So we've come a long way. It's been a long struggle to try and get away from the bottom of the league. We've never quite managed to do it. We're still where we are, but there's still a lot of football to be played. I'm not worried about the injury list, but what can you do except get on, roll your sleeves up and fight.
You spoke then about how far the club have come during your time here. How much would it mean to you then if you were able to keep the club in the Championship?
Well, this is what I came in for. As I told you before, the remit was for me to keep the team in the division. That was it. I said it from day one. Because of the position we're in the terrible start we had at the start of the season, we were always playing catch up. I think we were in 7 or 8 games undefeated. It never really got us anywhere, because we were still catching other teams up. We're still in the same position. You know, and as you say, the win, instead of the 3 draws, if we got one of the wins, it would have pushed us into mid-table. You know, we're a few minutes away from doing that against Partick. We've got a great point doing it at Arbroath. We're facing a defeat. We get back into the match where, you know, we had 4 or 5 good chances in the first half. So I'm happy with the team's performance. I'm happy with the players' effort. Of course, there's a worry about the injury list, but we're confident. But we know we're in a relegation fight, which I've said from day one. Of course we have been. You know that yourself.
That's all for me. Thanks for that.
Duncan, any progress with players potentially coming in to help you?
Yeah, well, we've been trying really hard to get some players in. I've got a lad in just now from Portugal who's on trial. I'm bringing another lad in who will be coming in for the Czech Republic hopefully tomorrow. He's flew into London last night and hopefully he'll be up here tonight or tomorrow. But we're also trying to use all the contacts in Scotland to see if we can get any players in from the other teams. Of course, we're all chasing type of the same players and who's available really now, because obviously our injury list is, you know, it's really is bad at the moment. So, as I said to you, we're doing the bare bones. How many am I naming on the bench now? Outfield players 4 or something. I had all attackers on the bench on Tuesday. I had no defender, no defensive cover. So it's been tough, but yeah, we're out there. We're trying as best we can, and hopefully we can get 1 or 2 in.
Yeah, you're quite hopeful that you can get over the line with maybe 1 or 2 in time for kick-off.
I'm hopeful on 1. Yeah. I'm hopefully we can get 1 done, and hopefully, you know, and the club will back me in that.
All the stuff he was in the wars the other night as well, wasn't he? Was it a shoulder injury he got? It
was an arm. The boys got unbelievable. We've got a striker who's off with had a broken fractured hand. Then he gets 4 stitches. Now he got the guy pulled at his arm or something, and you know, it was quite a bad injury at the time. But I think it's eased off. It was a special mention for Wallace because he'd done no training, done next to no training. I was even worried about putting him in at Arbroath because of his calf injury, and I had to throw him in on Tuesday because it's, you know, needs must. And I thought he did very well, and he stuck at it, and he'll be better for it. So, but no, he'll be okay.
Just
but Nathan's out.
Nathan's out.
Shaw's out. Nathan Shaw's out, so he's gone, and obviously Charlie's out for the season.
Just final one from me, just on Morton, obviously 16 games unbeaten. I think they've scored 8 in the last 10 games, but one of the last teams to stop them was you with a 0-0 draw here, so
Yeah, it sounds like a good point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Played Morton, I think they've drew 4 or 5 games, they've won the last 10 of them, the other 10 they'd won. I thought we're a bit unlucky down there as well at Morton, to be honest. So there's been tight games. Look, they've got their strengths. Everybody knows they've got their long throw, and they put you under pressure. And you know, good luck to them. That's their style, and it's working for them. It's going to be a tough game, but we're looking forward to it. As you said, we're undefeated ourselves. I think we've lost 1 game in 5, even though we've had some draws. So if we can win the match, you know, it's all about this big win, isn't it? That's what we're all trying to do. You know, and hopefully we can get that on Saturday.
I was going to ask about Nathan. It was his hamstring, was it?
Hamstring.
Yeah,
His hamstring. Unfortunately, he's played on the minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He played on for 25 minutes with it. It's like Charlie Gilmore doing it at Arbroath. He injured himself in 15 minutes and wouldn't come off. We tried to get him off at half time, he wouldn't come off. So the players are doing absolutely everything they can.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes they're their own worst enemy that will come off the pitch and tell you exactly what's wrong with them. But that's fair play to them. They're trying everything they can to keep your club in this division. It's going to be a hard road. It's been a long, hard road since I've been here, but you know, we're still in it, and we're fighters, and I'm certainly one of them. And we'll no give up. We'll keep going, and we'll fight right to the end.
And just with the hamstring injury, is that him out for the season, you reckon? Or
No, we're hoping it's a couple of weeks. Obviously, and then Jeremiah Mullins' loan deal's been terminated. He's got a fractured back. Just thought I'd let you know that. So he's went back to Leeds.
Thanks so much, Doug. Cheers.
All right.
Thanks, Tim.